You are now listening to Sir Inq's The Experience Podcast, where we talk about anything and everything kink. Now, this podcast is only catered to those that are 18 and above and may not be suitable for work, or as we like to say, NSF. But remember, you can always listen to us during your private time. Hello, kinky and kink-curious folk out there. My name is Sir Inq. I'm not here to replace you. That is my topic of the day. I'm not here to replace you. I know there's a lot of independent women out there, and when you've had enough life experience and you've built some things, as I talk about men building things and building a life for themselves, women also have built a life for themselves, and it's not easy. In the old paradigm of relationships is the woman depends on man. And we are no longer in those paradigms. Women are more advanced in every way, education-wise, work-wise, accomplishments, business owners, sole proprietors. So there's just a different dynamic. And one of the things that I had to implore on my sub was there's situations that'll come up and she needs help. And she doesn't want to ask for it. And I get it. You live life and you depend on some people and then you find out they don't have your back and things to go well. And it's hard to, trust people, especially when you trust yourself. And so I think a lot of times, just in general relationships, people feel like we have to go back to this old paradigm of, if you get in a relationship with a man, it's kind of like you trust him all the way, and you don't have to worry about nothing, and you got it all. And I know that's hard to trust, especially when you got you, right? And men know this world. Men know this life. We got us. And so my job isn't to replace you in the relationship in that way. My job is to enhance you, which means I have to not try to supplant what you've done, your accomplishments, but what we can accomplish together and still have our own individual things. Unless it's a situation where one has to depend on another in some kind of way. Let's just say, for example, one having to live with the other. But if both of individuals have their own homes, have their own cars, have their own everything, maybe they have family situations, and those things are already being handled, and you don't want to necessarily bring somebody in and say, okay, now you got it all. That's very difficult. That's very, very difficult. And I do not... number one, I respect you if you have built a life for yourself. And I do not want to really take control of any of that. Only because I have my own life and I have my own things going on. So the less that I have to do, I'm good with that. If you can hold your own, that's perfect. If I can support you and help you, that's great. But I can't carry you. And I think more women are coming into that realization too. And so this is where we are. I just feel as though I need to support the person that's in my life. And I think that anyone that actually really knows me and talk to me will tell you that I'm definitely one that will share, and I want to see everybody win. Despite if I share in it or not. I just want to see you win. So my job is to support you as I want people to support me. I don't want anyone to carry me. I can use help. Help can come in the form of financial, information, expertise, And so I just feel as though when you're dealing with people, friendships, love, relationships, and for this conversation, we're talking about even dom sub but the sub is really not an alpha, but an assertive female who's built her own life up. And so all I can do is come in. I'm not coming in to say I'm bigger and better, woo woo woo, in this kind of way. Is for me to say, you got your own, that's great. That's why you're here. And I'm going to support you and you support me. And that's great. I'm not trying to step in and pay all your bills. I'm not trying to be your daddy. All this stuff that we're programmed to think that we have to do. And we end up overextending ourselves and fall short. So in order to not fall short is to readjust your mindset, that paradigm that you have in your mind about how relationships go, and understand that we're dealing with different people in this world. Humans have evolved, and relationships can still hold on to some old ways, but you have to bring the nuances to it. And so when you're dealing with two people that are great by themselves, two individuals that can maintain on their own, it's not about one having to give up themselves to be in a relationship. It's about supporting one another with being ourselves, and us being able to recognize that and go with the flow of how that works, opposed to trying to put your own imprint on it and change it. But all that comes down with acceptance, being who you are and accepting other people, and find out a way to support them and not try to take control over them in that way. People give you permission to take control over them in certain ways. If someone wants to give you total control over them, that's fine. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that at all. But what I am saying is there's a lot of women who want to be in this lifestyle, but they feel as though what they see is just them giving up everything. And that's just not the case. And I think that needs to be discussed more, why I'm having this discussion with you right now. But I would like to know what you think about this. I think this is where we are, guys. I keep telling you, we have to look at this thing differently. We have different people here. We have different circumstances here in America. And we have to approach each other a little differently. And this is just my attempt to open up that conversation. But leave your comments. Please like and subscribe. And until next time. You know how to find me, Sir Inq, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And you can always email me at sirinq09@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Until next time, peace.